Hello. Hello YouTube viewers, welcome to my channel Science to Technology. Hopefully you guys can actually hear me and listen to the audio and video. They are working in sync. I'm waiting for incognito window to give me the feedback, but as of now I think things should be fine. Waiting for incognito. Technology. Hopefully you guys can actually, okay, yep, as of just keep it, it's better for my ears. Okay, PAIL. Like, after the crash, I saw most of the Indian news channel are debating on conspiracy theory. I even saw a channel where a cardio doctor was giving speeches about involvement of Pakistan in this crash. Yeah, that's like, what channels were you watching? Because like early analysis is, well, very early. Now, to give you some context, whenever air crash investigation starts, it generally takes minimum 1 year or 2 years to complete. So we're gonna get a very early report, preliminary report, that will happen generally either in 15 days or a month. After that, the main work starts, and again, that is done just so people can have some closure. But after that, they do the full thorough investigation and analysis. Like for example, that Korean accident that happened, almost similar kind of scenario, whereas like a plane was coming to land, loss of power happened, and they landed without landing gear, and they crashed into the bomb. Like, that was so tragic given the fact that they were almost this close to surviving. If there was no burn, they could have easily survived. But now it's been like, I think, few months. Now they are releasing more footage, because again, even in this Ahmedabad scenario, you have to understand there are many more cameras that have footage of it. Now police and investigation officer will go around there, and they will actually try to collect as many footage as possible, because you want to collaborate data points, as many of them as possible. So that will be the next step process. So in Korean scenario, now there is a very clear cut footage what the hell happened. Basically, they had a plane and there was a bird swarm. Now, because bird swarm alert was triggered, they were doing a go around, and during that time they got hit by a bird. That's why people are like, okay, why the heck after bird strike you did go around? It's just that they were on the process of doing it, so they can't abort it midway, and they did not got hit by one bird or two bird. They got ingested. It's like like the whole footage there is like a flock of bird, and it just rams through it. So very severe damage happens. One engine goes kaput, second engine goes like half kaput. So at that point in time, it was just like they were running out of option. They had to do the best thing they could do. So why didn't they drop the landing gear? Simply they couldn't. If you lose power, landing gear drop becomes a manual process, as in like you have to actually do it, manual process. That cannot be done like when you are running out of time. If you have loss of power but not loss of lift, then you can do that. But if you are running low on both, basically you have almost no power, almost no lift, yeah, you gotta land even on this. And this is where they did not perform as precisely as they would have, which again, it's a miracle they almost reached that close to basically what you call surviving. Is that they glided when they were close to the runway. They did what we call a ground effect, kind of pushed them off. That few extra meters was like that day or night. So fundamentally, that's here it's a similar kind of thing in other regard. Now that we are getting a lot of data point. First data point is there may be a bird strike. Could that be true? Maybe. Now why that is maybe? Because the survivor, one lone survivor who have actually survived in this incident, he said that he heard some big event, boom event. Now again, because there was no fire, no debris coming from the aircraft, likelihood of damage being contained is very high. What can happen? Bird strike. A pilot did recognize something bad happened. They did, and again, they knew very quickly something bad happened, because again, plane goes like this, something happens, and they scream mayday instantaneously. So something very significantly bad happens very quickly, and they're like, yo, something is bad. So these things are absolute. Something happened just after takeoff, and like mayday was triggered very quickly. It's not like, okay, they're trying to go around. No. It's just like mayday, the end. So that created a scenario where something bad happened, and something violent enough that there was no ambiguity. Like something must have happened that was bad enough for air pilots to be like, you, it's bad. So that happened. It's high time for news channel to get high PR. High PR, is it? I do not get like what you're trying to say. How you are managing time efficiently? I'm not. That's the problem. That's why I'm not rich, because I'm not able to manage time effectively. All I do is basically have a chunk. Basically, if I do my job right, my presentation will be done before lunch, and if I do my job right, before evening, I would have been made the video, uploaded the video, all that would be done. Then after evening walk and all that, then I'll do basically secondary work, basically working on my electronics project, working on fume extractor, things of this nature. That's all I do. Completing multitask in a day. No, I don't complete. Basically, the only thing that I've learned so far is that you chip away at it. There is nothing more than that. You keep chipping away at it day by day, day by day. Then at the end of like a very long period, like months, then you get the result. It's almost like aircraft investigation. They never will open their mouth and be like, okay, tada, this happened. They will take months before they even internally have an idea what the hell is going on, because again we have learned the hard way that rushing causes more accidents. So we have learned it, like everything about aircraft investigation is written in blood, and lot of it. So we have learned it the hard way, that thou shall be patient. So the only thing known is that plane flew, something kaput happened bad enough, and that triggered a mayday, and there was nothing to be practically done. Like they could not do it because again it was just like, it's almost like a it's so what you call close to the ground event where they're like they could not do anything practically speaking. uh, and Professor, you keep repeating the same thing. How many times you want me to say the same exact thing? It's your life. You have to take initiative. You have to do it. If you want to be better management at times, start experimenting with things. I have a certain philosophy. I experimented with that. It works for me. The end. It's like you have to do it, and only then you can actually achieve something tangible. Don't ask for someone else. It's like people have already shared more than enough of it. It's just like, okay, I'm gonna try this. If it works, awesome, GG. Does not work, move to something else. But like, don't seek for it. It's like, do it and you will know whether it works or not. Like I have read a very awesome quote recently. It's like, there is only two way of doing things: right way, and again, there is nothing else. So in this sort of scenario, you will hear this term repeated multiple times, which we call a loss of lift and loss of power. Now, they are two different things. Yes, a plane can lose loss of power. They can go through it, declare loss of power, but still maintain flight. It's we call loss of power has happened, but not loss of lift. Meaning, if it's let's say 35,000 feet and something kaput happened, complete electrical kaput, or there are not of fuel, which has happened, your plane will still be flyable because it will have what we call lift. Basically still has lift. It has not reached into what we call loss of lift. It does have enough forward momentum, aerodynamic surfaces are working, plane is still flyable. Now again, it is running on a counter at that point in time. It's like, you gotta land it before you run out of energy, as they call it. So that's it. But again, loss of power and loss of lift, they are two different things. Now loss of lift can happen in multiple ways. One way, your engine just stops giving you thrust and you are not at high enough speed where you can do anything, like just after takeoff. Ideally that should not be a big deal, but again, engines are jumbo jets are designed in that way that if you are taking off, because you are so vulnerable, engines are overbuilt for that specific term. Meaning when you are taking off, even if one engine goes kaput, 0% power, the working engine will be like, I got you, fam. It will react fast enough, it will push enough thrust that's like, I will get you on the air, because again at that point the loss of lift is very close to you. Meaning if you drop your speed even a little bit, you will go kaput. And almost similar thing happened here, where it's like they took off and it's like engine is struggling, something bad has happened, and it's just like, whew, loss of lift happened. Now loss of lift did not happen because they reached into stall condition as of now. Again, that's the early reports that it does not look like a stall condition. It's just that it does not have enough velocity to maintain lift. So, and again, you can see that they are trying to basically nose up. Now, can a plane recover from this? Fighter jets, yes, because most fighter jets, modern ones, they have such a high ludicrous thrust ratio that is like basically missile. They can like brute force it. Jumbo jets can't. Passenger jets can't. They can't. They do not have the oomph required where they are like, okay, we are stalling, just brute force it. They don't have afterburners. So yeah, that's the issue. Do you think some kind of reform will happen after this incident? We have bad regulations, quality control, safety standards. Now, ironically, airlines is one of those industry which has really good records, and again it's learned basically we have gained this the hard way, and every accident people have learned, like we do not blame. Like if you look into aviation industry, whenever bad incident happen, they don't blame. Like it's like this was again, if it's a corporate level they will, but if even if it's a pilot level, they're like, yeah, we have to change the training. They do not believe in blaming and all that. So now what happened here? Now there are only two options. Option number one, human error. Again, we are human, we are not gods, things happen. That's one option. Option number two, mechanical failure. Now again, planes are so well regulated, so tightly controlled that you do not have oops. Now again, act of God can still happen. Like let's just say lightning goes, falls, or your hailstorm destroys your system, or volcanic eruption, blinds you, which again has happened. So that's a different thing. But when you are talking about a normal scenario, like this sort of scenario where there was no obvious act of God, something bad happened. If mechanical failure happened, that means something bad happened either by Boeing or the company that did the maintenance, because the plane is 10 plus years old and it has gone through one maintenance, or like recent enough maintenance, so that maintenance log would be looked into. And if we find that something kaput happened during the investigation, or Boeing had some basically poor quality control, then yeah, then there will be stricter action against it. But generally companies do not blame, and not even aviation industry, because we have learned it. It's like blaming does not give you the what you call does not, it's not productive, so to say, because because again, you're not going to ground thousands of planes because we have to retrain the pilots, and again, you cannot expect normal people to be pilots. Like pilots are a very specific breed of people. To take that kind of risk, in a real world scenario, it's a very what you call tough, so to say. It's not like, oh, we'll just fire them. It's like if you fire few of them, then you will be shocked. It's like, yeah, there is not enough left. Like it's very hard to be responsible for hundreds of people's life. Like it's hard. And again, you have so many regulations, so many training points. Like they have checklist that is like the size of an encyclopedia. Not even joking that they're supposed to memorize all of it. Like they actually have to be that good. So it's not something where you can be like, okay, oh, this person made this one mistake once at a time, so we fire. No, it's stupid. And again, there is a shortage of pilots also, so that's not going to happen. So is there a likelihood of a pilot mistake? No. Why not? Well, the things we know for a fact that A, pilot declared Mayday very quickly. B, the sole survivor said something bad happened, like the boom event. So these two things combined almost eliminates the chances of pilot making a mistake, so to say. And like, okay, why didn't the pilot fold up the landing legs? Again, if engines were kaput, folding up landing legs will not do anything. You're supposed to fold up landing legs to increase the basically efficiency and reduce drag, but that will only happen if your engine is providing thrust. If your engine is kaput, you may want to have the landing gear, because like at least it will absorb, act as a shock absorber in crash. So, and again, without power, you have to manually do it. You do not have time for that. That close to the ground, you do not have time for those things. So those things creating a scenario where it's like likelihood of pilot doing something bad is low. Not zero, but very low. Like low. And people are saying, oh, the flaps looks wrong. More than enough people that I know, that I have they have called out right things early. They are very clear. The video is too grainy, too small, too low resolution. It's not like 4K, all intra frame recording where it's like, okay, this frame, that frame, that frame. And it's like, you can crisply see it now. So safety camera, and again, 15-degree angle is not enough. It's not like 45-degree of old planes. It's like very subtle. So can you make it out? No. So that's there. For fundamentally, only you are concerned more regarding this accident time chill. See, you are talking about yourself, but you are not everyone. For example, my Hindi stream on this topic actually maintained a 200 continuous viewer, which is very high for my channel when I'm doing it solo. I have gone that much when I'm doing interview with others, but not solo. I did that. So you are not affected by this, but everybody else is. Heck, I have flown through that airport. It's not like, oh, something happened like in Korea, or something happened in Middle East where a plane got shot by a surface to air missile. It's not that. It's like something that I see. My relatives live there. They travel via that airport. Heck, I might even get a direct flight from my current location to Ahmedabad. So it's a much important thing for everybody. Hello, sir. I can see your wireless mic working with your Windows laptop directly. Are you expecting much? It's costly. Don't tell me the name as well. Indirectly lead to promotion. Eh? I can directly, it's a Rode Wireless Go 2, and again it's connected via, it has its own receiver. It's not directly sending data to networking. It's sending data to its receiver. That receiver is connected via USB-C. So that's there. Now, when it comes to this incident, there are certain factors. First, bird strike is a very valid point because it sounds right. That's the only thing that can cripple you that quickly. And again, we do not see that many birds. In case of Korean accident, there were like a lot of birds. So that's there. Uh, uh, Another aspect is when you're talking about temperature playing a role. Now, can temperature play a role in this sort of system? Yes. Why? India. India is hot. Now, what does that matter? That simply means tarmac, the runway, can become ludicrously hot. And I mean 50, 60 degrees Celsius kind of hot. And yes, there have been scenarios where planes have to be either delayed for a few hours or cancelled simply because the runway was too hot. If aerodynamics calculations suggest, not aerodynamics, sorry, barometric pressure, basically pressure drops too much because the temperature is too goddamn high, planes will not perform adequately. And you will hear this term that plane was heavy. Now, what does that mean? It's a 2-engine plane, it's not a quad jet. So why people are calling it heavy? They are calling it heavy simply because it's loaded by fuel almost to the brim. Like most of the time, if a plane is flying, same model plane can be flying from, let's say, Ahmedabad to Delhi or Delhi to Calcutta, basically inside India, they're barely traveling for 3 hours, barely. So they have fuel for 3.5 hours. They do not put, again, you have the destination, you have some safety, some margin, the end. But when you're talking about international flight, you are loading the fuel up to like upper maximum. Like this is the maximum it can carry, you have to do that. So going from Ahmedabad to freaking London, yeah, that's not London, sorry. I forgot the exact airport, but UK. So going that far, it does require a bonkers amount of fuel. Again, you're talking about 11-hour flight time. So those things create a scenario where it's like, yeah, the plane is very heavy. So could that, combined the fact the plane is very heavy, combined with the fact that temperature could be very high, would that degrade performance? Absolutely. That's a known thing. Question is how much? That's a known thing. If somebody says, oh, temperature does not, of course it does. Every pilot is trained against that. And yes, there are cautions released. We do not know how much. Basically, it's a variable. The tablet that everybody is talking about now, that aeroplane has a tablet where you feed in the weight, the distance, the airport and all that jazz. It will calculate it. It will tell you the temperature. If the temperature caution is alerted, it's like, yeah, no. Like again, and pilot can pull off the takeoff if they detect, yeah, this just feels off. And again, nowadays, airline pilots can just kaput any launch if they feel unsafe about it. There won't be any questions asked, like, no, there's unsafe condition. So those sort of things happen in this sort of scenario. Was the prospective situation does make me very sad how uncertain life is? No, it should not make you sad. It should bitch slap you, basically. It should kind of wake you up because, hey, still, think about it. It's like if your ticket is cut, if you are meant to go, you're gonna go. Like, can you imagine all the 30 people on land? They're like, we are chilling. We are just like, life is normal, things are normal, and boom, a plane just poofs them. Like, can you imagine how odd that is? It's like you are chilling, everything is fine, and boom, a plane booms you. And imagine the person who is in the goddamn flight and he's like, I'm fine. He walks out of it. I'm like, what the hell? So that's the whole point. It's like you do not control basically when your ticket is cut. If ticket is cut, ticket is cut. Ticket is not cut, ticket is not cut. So you have to kind of wake up, so to say, where it's like, no, you have to live life today because tomorrow is not guaranteed. Like this sort of events kind of remind us that life is not about curating it because it ends at the other end no matter what you do, and it could end before time without any input from you. So that's why Boeing is grilled by even its workers. They are doing sadly shady practices either related to the session or not. There is a probability that could have played a role. Like, for example, why the heck engine lost all powers? Now, how do we know that it has lost power? Well, it behaves like it. It behaves like, ooh, yeah, all power is gone. And some people are claiming that they could hear, let that be very clear, this is like very stretched out butter masala at this point in time, that they could hear the rat turbine. Now, if you do not know rat turbine, let me show you. So this is what we call a rat turbine. So this turbine will deploy if you have a complete loss of power. So the idea is that if you lose a power, like let's say you run out of fuel, engine gets kaput, this will automatically deploy, or the pilot can deploy this, and this will act as a propeller, because again, without hydraulics you cannot control the flying surfaces, meaning as a glider you still need control surfaces. Control surfaces requires a lot of energy. This is your last source of energy. Batteries cannot provide you enough energies, so this is the last source of energy. And people are claiming, because again it is a noisy device, that they can hear that in the footage. Now, is that what you call absolute? Because you have a lot of audio compression layers, so it's like maybe not. So could this have been deployed? if the engine went kaput, there is a very good chance. If electrical, there is a V bus, voltage bus. If the voltage bus drops below a certain point, this automatically deploys. So that could have been the case. So there is a probability of that. But again, if this was deployed, this means the engines were kaput, like completely kaput. Was there. So if it was an electrical fault, yeah, that most likely would be Boeing's fault. Now, like, okay, how the heck the plane could fly for 15 years? Planes are rated for up to 30 years, up to. So, and again, they did went through maintenance. So, what do they not detect any issue in maintenance? Again, all these things will be cleared out. That's why air crash investigation takes almost 2 years, so to say. Gatwick, even the tragic news Indians are getting this is mark from white society. Yeah, don't worry about those things. It's like, see, the hate that we are, modern exposure of this sort of hate is that we are actually becoming good. Let that be very clear. We are becoming good. So people are like, what the hell? I thought like it was just poop and shit in the streets. It's like, how the heck they are actually becoming good. So that's why that is there. So don't let it get to you. It's like, meh. Minor inconvenience. It's just minor inconvenience. Do you ever make a collab with a professor channel and speak about men's country? I have already done that. Bro, where have you? I did a live stream, man. Where are you, man? Go to his channel. My live stream is there. What the hell? I've already done that. It's not a new thing. So launching hundreds of satellites, but currently it can't even launch one satellite per month. Or 2-3 failures. How they achieve that? I didn't have NGPL. ISRO has launched hundreds of satellites in one launch because it was PSLV launch and it had a lot of CubeSats, and that is a done thing. It's a world record. As of now, it's not the world's highest. I think SpaceX cracked it. I think they have cracked 130, something like that. So that did do that. Now, cadence, India never had a high cadence. Let that be very clear. PSLV and GSLV and basically all of ISRO combined, we barely had like 5-6 launches a year. That being generous. So, and again, we had one incident where PSLV failure did occur. But again, it's a rare. It happened like I think after 7 or 8 years. So, it's not that big of a deal. Sounds like Final Destination. Yeah. Your views on California riots. Yeah, it's a very tragic thing. And again, more and more data is coming out that it's an organized basically thing. And people are finding some threats, so to say, that is going behind the scene. It's like, they are trying to, again, you do not get that right to where it's like, to be flat out lying to public. That's like, yeah, that's giving me the idea like something spicy is going on. And people are like, yeah, no, something is really bad and really spicy is going on. So, was there any other dual engine failure case in the past where this one is first? Because I've heard one in India. No, like that Korean one also was one engine kaput, second engine almost kaput. The Hudson River landing, again, same thing, both engine kaput, bird, both engine kaput. So it's not absolutely rare. And again, technically both engine does run out if you run out of fuel, which has happened. And again, these are what I'm recalling from my own memory. So there are many more. So let that be very clear. It should not happen. It's like there is redundancy with some extra redundancy, but it does happen. It's like it does happen. What about your court case? As of now, I have minor progress in my court case. There were 3 court cases that were active in my district court. All 3 has been done, finished, over. I have one not activated, so to say. It's like I got the paperwork notice and all that, and basically High Court has asked a district court to provide the paperwork. So that is going on. But again, in terms of district court, done. Like I no longer have to deal with district court. I have to only deal with High Court. So it's a minor progress, so to say. Now, when it comes to that engine, there is one good news that plane, while it did went kaput, it did survive. The tail survived, meaning if you look at the images of tail, you'll find that tail is fully intact, fully. Now, why this is a big deal? Because this is where you have basically flight data recorder. Now, you have 2 types of black boxes, so to say. Now, yes, they are orange. They just call black boxes. So, one black box is what we call cockpit voice recorder, which records everything that is going into the cockpit. Another is on the tail side, which is a data recorder. Now, what does it record? It records every single sensor on the plane and every single input from the pilot. So it records both of them. And as of now, I'm looking into the news. They have specified that black boxes have been recovered. Now, does that matter that the plane has to be intact? If plane is intact, black box recovery becomes very quick. They like pull out the black box, plug in the connectors, go. If it's been damaged, most likely the front end one would be damaged. They have to clean it, recover it, repair it, and all that jazz. So it's basically delays too much time. And assuming there is no damage, which again there would be some damage, but this was thankfully a low energy event, as in like high energy would be you fell out of sky and you are falling at very high speed. That will be high energy collision. At that point, it would be worse than the fireball that you saw. While fireball looks bad, you have to understand it was not a very high temperature. It's not like what we call a kaboom event. It's like whoosh. So you have just A1 fuel burning. So it's not end of the world. And again, people did survive around it. So again, it's not recommended, not a sunbath, but you could survive that. So that's it. Afghanistan should be the role model for every country facing such military crashes from a cultural perspective. What do you think about that? See, we do not talk about those things because again, that is a outcome of teaching lies in schools. If you teach lies, you compromise the brain's functioning ability. If brain is compromised, you have nothing. Nature has already fired a missile at you and you're gonna be poofed. At that point in time, you do not have anything to do. Like you can try, but like, yeah, the train has left the station, technical terms. So that's why. Now, we should basically, because of the high profile of the event, I do expect in 15 days time, we should get a full data. It's like what the hell is going on. But again, let me be very clear. Early reports would be early reports. They are called as a preliminary analysis. It's like they will figure out, it's like, okay, something happened. And again, if black box is fully intact, they plug it in and there is no power failure. And again, that's the most likely case because it's very rare for both engine to go completely 100% kaput that quickly. And again, it was not like hundreds of bird strike. If that has happened, that's a different thing. But so let's see. Let's see what happens. Because again, power failure does cause an issue where you could lose like instances of data in the data recorder. What the hell? There's a mosquito flying here. Okay. So anyway, this recent 2 years, so to say, has been really, really bad for aviation. Like we started with basically what you call passenger jet being shot by an anti-aircraft system, and then you had accident in basically USA, New York, where you had a helicopter crashing with a passenger jet. Again, loss of life, very serious loss of life. Then you had a Korean incident where a lot of bird digestion fried it. That was so close to surviving. Like if they had just somehow figured out, like if they would have like, you know, act of God, it's like, no, bro, just slam the damn plane. Don't try to do gentle landing. You will glide and you will hit that missile wall at the other end. It's like, why the heck it's built like a bunker? It's just like, just slam it into the ground. That would have injured a lot of people, but it would have survived. So it's there. Good. Can you at least show the cover of the current book reading? It's on top. I have not brought it here. Again, it's a heavy book. It's an old school book, so it will take certain time to go through it because this book is completely different from all the books. Like I can actually tell this is an older book. It has words. It has like lot of words. I'm like 1 to 2 page is like it's tiring to go through. Like I have a lot of respect for people who can just start a book and finish it in one day. I can barely do that with barely, and again, I've never done that, but like barely even attempt of it with the newer modern books which have much fewer page count, less words per page, and fonts are bigger. Yeah, so it's very simple. So make a video on split AC versus VRF-AC systems. I'm not sure what do you mean by VRF. Do you mean variable refrigerant systems? Something like that? Ram air turbine was deployed, meaning that there were complete power failure? Yes. If ram air was deployed, because again, the likelihood of pilot manually doing it is almost negligible, because not that pilots can't do it, simply because the time frame is too short. Like we know that audio is there, it's like boom, mayday, 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 loss of power. That is done, that is sorted. So you do not have enough time. I'll tell the book name once I've gone through it. I'll tell once I've gone through it, because right before that I will not. And there is a reason why I'm not doing a book review of that, how to be like Courage to be Happy. I like the Courage to be Disliked one. I did not like the Courage to be Happy one. Again, my personal view, but I did not like it. So that's why I'm like cautious. Once I finish this book, then I'll talk about it. It will take some time. So fundamentally, should be need a video translation layer. Need a video on translation layer. I think I'm working on it. Maybe. Not sure about that. Not sure about that. But things can happen. Things can happen. So when it comes to this event, I'm hopeful that we will know very quickly what the hell happened, and it's very shocking because again, it's the airport that I have used. It's not something in Korea. It's not something in Middle East. It's not something in New York. It's something I've been there. I have flown through that exact same runway. It's like it's no longer like pie in the sky or like this and that. It's like I could have been that one. So although it's a very stark reminder for all of us, it's like start living your life. There is no guarantee there would be a tomorrow. So it's like that has to be the essence that you gain from it. If you do not, whew, bad things could happen. It's like that's the thing. That's the thing. So is maintenance provided at every stop plane makes? No, a rough analysis they do. Every time plane lands, there will be a mechanic that will go around and look for obvious thing. If like something is obviously broken, of course they will ground the plane, but they do not do thorough analysis. But they will look at it, and there will be generally hours. So you have like 5,000 hours of airtime. The plane has to go through maintenance. 10,000 hours, you have to go complete strip down. Like that's how hours based it has. Like same way you have in your car that like either 50,000 kilometers or 2 years. Same thing applies in aircraft, but I don't think aircrafts have the luxury of like waiting 2 years. I'm pretty sure that every company, because it's an expensive asset, they keep making sure the hours are as tightly packed as possible. So that is there. They do inspect the elements, and if pilots reported any issue, basically it's like even a minor issue, it's like passengers were complaining about the air conditioning not working, that will be jotted down in a log, and somebody has to look into it. So because again, planes have this bad habit of like one small thing looking very out of hand. Things can get out of hand. Why happens to have 5 should be common sense safety standard? Because you do not think it through. Dumping fuel is not an option. Where are you dumping it? Let's just say you are about to crash on a land and you dump all the fuel. You will be in fireball. Fuel is not a very what you call just ignore it kind of material. You need to deal with it. And again, plane used to have that. I don't even think modern 4 engines one have that. Like you are setting things on fire. Like imagine in this scenario, not only the plane would have crashed, it would have set fire onto multiple buildings, multiple civilian buildings. Would you think anybody allow that? The only time you can dump fuel is if you are very high up. That's the only allowed time. You can do that. Some planes do that, but at very high altitude where it's going to be completely dispersed and nobody on ground will be affected by it. Like think it through, man. It's aviation fuel. It's dangerous. It's not something that you can like lol. I should think a long-term ownership of your car. I think you should do a long-term ownership of your car. Like, dude, I did not buy the car. My father bought it. I just put petrol in it. So, and again, it's what, 5 maybe a year? 2020, I think. Holy damn, I forgot. Like, did I bought it in 2019 or 2020? Somewhere like 5 or 6 years time frame. So that's the scenario of it. So fundamentally, they can't dump the fuel. I have no idea how somebody will think that. It's like you can't dump the fuel. You look handsome with glasses. Thank you for kind words. It's like I don't know. Oh no, that was on my Hindi channel. Sorry, I thought it was. Yeah. So again, we do want to get to bottom of this case, because again, most likely I will have to fly sooner or later. And again, this patch of 2 to 3 years has been really bad for aviation. Too many bad events. It's like we do have like once in a while some bad thing happens. There have been years where not a single commercial aviation accident happened, but now this is like boom, 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 boom. It's like too many bad events are happening. Now again, let's not count the basically anti-aircraft missile firing. That because again, a plane is not designed to handle that. It's like bruh. So that's a different thing. But when you are talking about bird strike, that could happen to aviation. This again could be a bird strike, or could be a human error, or could be like what we call system failure. And again, Rajendra Sharma thinks that it could be related to battery fire, which mind you, this airlines have a very bad record of it. The whole Dreamliner series had to be grounded because they had a battery fire, and they had to look into it, double check it, make sure that could never happen again. So there is a probability that electronics was kaput, fried or something like that. Why don't you sell merch? I have not made it yet, although I am working on it. Basically actual version of this, so to say. And this time there is a probability of this being finished simply because I'm not working alone. So that's the biggest what you call hassle I have. Hassle, a weakness would be the correct term, is that I cannot finish things if I'm working alone. I generally something either this or that happens. It's like you mentioned keeping aside what I like. I want to put video countering his argument like I didn't find much. Again, why do you need to counter it? It's like whenever you're talking about this sort of personal issue, it's personal for a reason. Like you do not need to teach or you do not need to fight. It's like I do not agree with it, the end. There is nothing more than that. Like that, for some personal thing, you have to keep it at personal things. Like you do not have to be like, okay, this is how it has to be, or people have to agree. No, it's like thinking this way. Like I do not fight with people who are like Earth is flat. I'm like, yeah, bro, chill, bro, absolutely, bro. I'm done. I'm out. Complete home chores outside of house all the time, driving car or two-wheelers. I don't drive two-wheelers. I don't even know. Like technically I know, but I rarely drove it. And my dream is having a motorbike that has CVT or some sort of CVT. I do understand CVTs are inefficient, so you do not want it at high horsepower bikes, but that's the only thing I could wish. But again, I did used to drive Pulsar, but nothing more than that. I know that is a very weird question to ask, but what do you think about biotechnology, like branch aware, but everything around is telling me to avoid it? It's up to you. See, let me be very blunt about this. You have to do this. Now, how do you know whether you could do this? Look into people after they have got into job, not how to get into job. Like the biggest mistake people do is look into how to get to job. No, 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 no. Look into what the hell you have to do after, let's say you got into this field. Let's say you're 25 years old. You have to do this damn thing from 25 years to 65 years. Can you pull that off? That part, can you deal with that drudgery? If yes, then go into it. If no, look for something else. Nothing more than that matters. It's like, can you do it? And again, there are certain people, I have changed it. Like if you looked, I would say 8 years ago, 10 years, let's just say, yeah, 10, 12 years ago. If you have asked Anupam people of 12 years ago, it's like, would he be a YouTuber? No, I would have said I would have been a 3D game artist. I was studying 3D game artist. I did 3D game artist. I became an employee as a 3D game artist. I worked in few games. Then I was let go. The company went kaput. And then I was like, you know what? I do not like the idea of working for someone else and under someone else. Then I was like, okay, let me try this YouTube thing. And it did work. It did not print a boatload of money, but it did give me independence and the fact that I can work from home. And which again, in this court case scenario, it is a lifesaver. I would have been poofed simply because like I would have been in the same number as like 100,000 Indian males that poof themselves, because again I could withstand this onslaught for 4 years simply because I had the luxury of like, you know, resting in my house. No company will hire me at that point in time where it's like, oh, you have to go to this and that. It's like, yeah, we're gonna give you breaks. No, maybe they handle it for a few times, but after that it's like, no, we have to let you go. So you know, you win some, you lose some, but you have to decide that. Can you do that drudgery part, that boring part where it's no longer fun? Because again, you have to do it for very long, because not most people have the like desire to like, okay, I've been expert into this, then I'm going to switch. That switching is very rare. Although nowadays people do say that it's a desirable skill to have, simply because we do live very long lifespan. And again, if you have to live, world is changing so fast that what was a very viable job could just turn to dust very quickly. So that's also a very critical point. Temperature will also affect Mumbai Ahmedabad bullet train like in a few years when it starts operations. Maybe, although it should not cause too much of an issue. Trains are far more resilient to temperature change than compared to airlines. Airlines, and again, airlines can easily handle it. That's why Dubai has a flight. You can have a flight, you just have to increase the runway length. You have to be like, okay, we have to design the runway for 60 degrees Celsius landing, takeoff, so to say. So you will be like, okay, let's just make it extra long. And then every airport has its own signature, basically how you're supposed to land it, how you're supposed to take off from it. That data will be changed. Nothing more has to happen. So that's why. No, I mean, it's like put his point so detailed. I don't have anything against. I mean, he puts his point, and I have so detailed. I don't have anything against. Fair enough. See, you are allowed to agree with someone, and you are also allowed to disagree with someone. I disagree with what he's saying as a principle. Like, you know, if somebody asks me what he's recommending, apply that to Hindus, I'm like, okay. Apply that to all of mankind, hell no. Like, let that be very clear. I always have this very clear cut reality of it. It's like a man can die, mankind cannot. So anything that is like poofing the whole mankind is like, ooh, no. Airbus better than Boeing. As of now, it's appearing so, simply because Airbus never trolled with their quality control. And Boeing, yes, Boeing flat out did things that are like, no, you're not supposed to do this. And it's a truly tragic downfall of American justice system, where they are like, they are not in prison. It's like, yeah, that should not have happened. The downfall that they did is like just bad. It's just really, really bad. And again, I think this is a really good thing for Airbus and Embraer, that Brazilian airlines company. So they, both of them are slowly building up. And again, it might be a good thing, but again, Trump has like signed up a deal with which, Qatar or something, like, you know, giant deal with Boeing Airlines. I'm like, that's a bad idea. But that's the whole point. When company becomes too big now, they are like, oh, it can never fail and we cannot held accountable the higher level staff. It's like, I think you should do collaboration with other YouTuber again, if anybody is willing, I'm going YOLO on it. I'm never stopping myself, man. It's like, people, believe it or not, people are not lining up to work with me. And again, I do expect certain level of either you have something, like for example, when I did the interview with the CEO of Vicharak, he had a single board computer that he was making in India, and he will have the world's first single board computer that has Qualcomm, as in Qualcomm Snapdragon. So that was shut up, take money. That was shut up, take money. And he's making it in India, and he's working with FPGA. So it was not just a little thing. It's like, whoa. And again, some professors also have brought them because it was some. And in terms of going to other channels and doing interview, I've done 2 of them. One with gaming, about my gaming life. Another with a men's issue with Professor's channel. So I've done that. Boeing is so set crew capsule. Yeah, that's also a fair point. Boeing could not even make a capsule reliably. And again, they are doing the same. They're like, oh, it's the supplier that have provided us the solid booster. It has, not solid booster, sorry, RCS thrusters. It's pooping itself. It's like, you're the one supposed to testing it. You're the one. You're not supposed to just buy and sell to NASA. Buy, test, validate, then sell to NASA. You charge money for that. And you're like, no, what if we don't test or verify? What if we just F the customer? It's like, yeah, you can't F NASA. Yeah, I mean, like, you can try. You can come very close to it. It's just that there is a upper limit to it. So, yeah. Talk about something new topic. Again, look into the thumbnail of this stream. Look into the title of this stream. So that's why. And you are way too belligerent about like, okay, I have to change topic. It's like, no, I don't. Like, I can change topic when I want to. Thoughts on Nothing company? No, that mobile company. Yeah. Too early to call. New channel, podcast room. Yeah, that can be done. Although, at this point in time, it's too big of a hassle to manage 3 channels. I have Hindi channel, I have a camera Tuesday in Hindi channel, and then I have this English channel. So 3 channels are like reaching a point where it's like, ooh, it's heavy. It's heavy. I'm not gonna deny it is taxing. And again, not the making part. I enjoy the presentation. I enjoy recording. I enjoy everything other than that. I'm like, I don't enjoy, but I has to do that. Einstein was smart but not rich. Why? Because smart are generally rich. Again, there is no law about it. And again, he was not poor or broke, and he was a rock star of his time, so to say. So it was not a scenario where it's like, oh, I'm starving for money. It's like, no, he was not like what you call Nikola Tesla. He was much better off, had things sorted, and not great. He was not like, basically he was rich, but he was not like, millionaire of that time kind of rich. So that's there. Have you hired editors, script writers? No, everything is done by me. Was your school a government school, or did you went to private school for your private school? Why the hell I will go to government school? Government school in my area is so bad that I became a topper in class 12. Everybody else failed. I'm topper not because I am the smart. I'm topper because everybody else failed. So yeah, that's not a. It's bad here. Now let that be very clear. It's not true of every single district, but when I was kid, it's like, and again, people had a very bad reputation about this. Like, nobody wanted to send their kids there. And again, you look into all the what you call bureaucrats and their governmental employees. None of them generally send their kids into government school. There is a reason for that. So That's the scenario of it. Let's laugh at Boeing. Now, see, problem is many planes that I ride on is Boeing. Almost half of the plane on the sky is Boeing, so it's not something that you can just like lol. Now I become death destroyer of worlds. Yeah. So it's one of those things where it's like you do not want this sort of events happening this close to each other. Where it's like, yeah, we had one incident, we have another incident, we have another incident, like 3 incidents I can recall, and all these happened very quick to succession, so to say. It's like, oof, that's the bad. IIT Mehdi professor said that landslide occurs due to people eating meat. I hope not. Or at least I hope he explained his reasoning. Like, the only way I can think is like, to raise the, what can I say? Okay, to feed the animals, they graze all the on the slopes. But again, who feeds the animals on the slope? So it's like, I don't know. Also, I should start making planes along with engines. They do make engines. They are like they are. I do not know are they the biggest engine manufacturer or not, but they do make engines, and they do have a lot of contract for basically military grade systems. So that part is sorted. What do you think about online school for at least 6 to 12? Online school should be easily without degrading the quality of education, especially for poorer states. No. See, you need kids to be in a school not because of the education, because they learn how to be around people. Like that part is the most important, what you call, learning experience, like language communication. And again, you can't do that in home because again there is no discipline, there is no regulation, there is no structure. You do need structure. Kids need structure in order to grow healthy, so to say. Once they are there, then you can go YOLO on it, but you do need to build the structure, because many times when we are looking as an adult to childhood, many things we learnt into childhood is not a knowledge that we have, it's the operating system we are operating in. So it's a very unintuitive. It's like, why do you know how to speak? Well, you went to school. Basically, you can easily trace people's talking patterns to their school life. So, and again, people who are homeschooled, they have a different kind of style. Not good or not bad, but they have different kind of style. And people do not want to deal with children. So, the homeschooling is not a viable option anymore. So, yes, yeah. The professor is a con guy. Yeah, he keeps repeating things. It's like, even though like this is a very dedicated topic to one thing, a plane going boom, and it's like, yeah. But again, I'm hopeful that this, I do not know. I do want to know what's your guys' opinion are. Like, do you want this accident to be a human error? Because again, I have more faith in basically airlines pilots learning from the mistake and making sure that does not happen again versus corporate. So I do not know what's going to happen. It seems like rockets are so more reliable than planes nowadays. Okay, that's a bit much. That's a bit much. Okay, one PSLV went a boom, and other than that, nothing much more went. Yeah, it's like, hey, PSLV went a boom right now. So, my bad. Yep. So, anyway, these sort of things happen. We really need to know. It's like, what the hell is happening? And again, I think we really should have cameras in both scenarios, basically in Korean scenario or in this scenario. If they had much better cameras in the airport doing the analysis, basically quickly they could have figured out like what the hell is going on. We have footage, good part. Bad part is so low resolution. Is like, bro, did you bought like Chinesium quality? It's like Chinesium HD. It's like, it's so ugly. It's like, dude, we don't have to have that ugly camera anymore. It's like, that's the Indigo's uses all airbrush feet, so booking will go up now. Are you sure about that? Are you absolutely sure they use Airbus? So I'm not sure. As a Falcon 9. Falcon 9 did not went boom recently, did it? Like, could be, but like I have not seen any incident where they have went boom. I mean, like right now, recent times. So that's there. The hell, there is a mosquito here. I really need to bring the bat here, that mosquito zapping bat. So, although yeah, this will affect. If it turns out to be a Boeing fault, trust me, people will be like, yeah, Donald Trump can sell you planes, but we're not gonna buy it, so to say. Yes, Indigo uses all A220 fleet. I think this, what you call, this gamble paid off. They are like, yeah, they are chilling. It's like, yo. Although, but let me be very clear, if it's a human error, it does not make a difference whether it's Airbus or something. Sir, when I struggle with that government should force every company to use BLDC motor instead of single phase induction motor, you laughed at me. See now the new rules is about AC temperature. See, government is not run by very competent or smart people. Competent and smart people do not work in government. Government can do for stupid things. Government can be like, thou shall burn hydrogen because we want to burn the country. Does not make your argument logical. You can force whatever the hell you want. You can force family destructive laws, and then surprise is like, I killed all the families and why the heck everybody is dead. Like China is like, one child policy. Every mathematician was like, bruh, you're gonna be dead in 35 years. It's like, no, one child policy. And they did it. Now it's like, hey, three child policy. It's like, no, you dead. You have to die now. So let there be very clear. Using government as a argument is not a very valid point. And I have made my point very clear. You can force any to everything. You should not need to. And you should not, like, the jump and the efficiency gain is not that drastic. Like, it's there, but not like, whoa. It's like, definitely grade 1 and grade 5 to go to school. But students going from 6th will take advantage of online school if they implemented in from the, yeah, they won't. You are not a children. You are not thinking like a child. Boeing timeline and bureaucracy is both space and airlines only increasing. That's absolutely true. Like Boeing is not understanding the fact that if they keep pissing off customer, there will be a point where customers are like, lol, bye. Like at that point, all the CEOs will be like, yeah, we took money, let's burn the company that has survived for a century. That would be a tragic, but again, why they set the rules about AC temperature, it's up to them. It's like government is not the smartest, so don't worry about it. Airbus already had a Boeing and this time now may cause more harm to it. How's your health now? It's much better than it used to be. Talk about Israel-Iran conflict, nothing will happen, man. I'm too old. Like, I cannot tell you on that 7 October thing, everyone's like, oh, the World War III. I'm like, brah, nothing. Russia, Ukraine, World War III, nothing. Like, chill, nothing will happen, nothing at all. Like, I'm putting my stamp down right now. What is the time right now? At 7:53 p.m., 14/06/2025, I'm saying nothing will happen. Like, no World War III and nothing serious major. The boom boom missile exchange will happen, some here, some there. Like, it has been going on for centuries. It's like, it's a boring thing. It's like blah blah boom boom blah, blah, blah. It's like Falcon is more reliable than Boeing. Yeah, that can be said. That would be, that would be genuinely a testable hypothesis, so to say. Although, what are you testing? If you are testing booster is still in under development point, meaning they are figuring out how many times they can land it without kaputting it. Basically, they are trying to push for 30. They have reached 28, if I'm not mistaken. The last 20 was 20. Book by Diamond. Okay. Why India is struggling to hire pilots in Air Force and other department? Two things: money and basically glory. Why have you start? So war can start World War III, India versus Pakistan? No, zero. Again, this is two things. First, everything I know about the wars, and again, I have studied a lot about wars, specifically the history. That's why I was like, everybody's like, oh, the Russia will win. I'm like, no. If it took 8 years for them to deal with Chechnya, which again, they did not technically deal with, they just took the warlord of Chechnya, just like, okay, rule this in our name. So they would not win in that scenario, and Ukraine made them bleed. And again, this is not me saying it now. I have said this line when I was in Delhi 3 to 4 years ago. I said it that like Ukraine made Russia bleed. Like, you do not understand that how significant that is. It's like India went to Bhutan and Bhutan bitch slapped India. Like, that's not something you recover from. It's like, you done, you did. Like, again, Putin is a dictator. He can just keep sending people away. But again, he will run out of people. And as of now, there reality is that we know, even from Russian side, 100,000 people have been poofed, like not casualty, poofed, done, the end, fatalities. That has been done. Now, people are saying that number has crossed to 250,000. Could that be true? Not shocking. If it's true, it's shocking. Now, have they gained more area? No. Like, look into how much they gained in the early days of invasion versus what they have right now. It's actually shrinking, constantly shrinking. So this meat wall tactics is like, it's a very good tactics when you have nothing else, but it's a very bad tactics when you are already in below population replacement level. So guns, gems and steel. Okay, I got that point. Rocket engines or jet engines are which are more complex to build. Both have their own challenges. Rocket engines are pushed to the upper limit of what is possible. Jet engines are tried to be as robust as possible. They are basically two different things. How CV engine is going? Yeah, I'm kind of frustrated by the inventor. Is like something happened recently where I was like, this should have been the first thing. Basically, what we call in whenever you are working on a project, minimum viable product, meaning you just make the damn thing and then worry about it. Like this is not my Mark 1, this is Mark 2. If I showed you Mark 1, it will look like a just cobbled together piece. And again, that's how it should be. You cobble together, you get the idea, you prove the concept, and then you move to basically refine designs and all that jazz. But he's stuck there in a scenario where it's like, what if I add this? It's like, what if you finish this? What if you just like bare minimum? How about that? Bare minimum. Just finish the damn thing. But it's like, what if this? What if that? It's like, at this point, I'm like getting too tired of it. But thankfully, I am working with someone else, hopefully, knock on wood, that I could bring a product into the market. I'm trying my best. I'm hoping for my best. So, low density, will it affect our lungs? Yes, it does affect our lungs, but define how low density you're talking about. Like you can't just say low density, how low? Like vacuum is low density. What do you mean by that? So it's like 10,000 feet, 8,000 feet, 6,000 feet. Like you have to specify. There is no such thing as low density. It's like what altitude you are referring to. Because again, you did not talk about the gas composition. Did you talk about only oxygen? We can go very low pressure. That's why space suits are on 100% oxygen. It's much easier to make a seal and usable suit if it's on 100% oxygen rather than basically atmosphere. So, well, as of now, I'm just waiting. People are making so many videos, like they're talking like a absolute, where it's like, we know what happened. It's like, bro, no, you are hoping for it. You don't know what happened. It's like hoping for it. It's like, it's fair. It's like you can try what everybody is getting wrong about Air India flight. Like nobody is getting anything about Air India. Everybody is like, yeah, wait for the freaking investigation report. It's not something that you can just like, ta-da. And we have this channel who's like a really good channel, is like dealing with satellite imagery. It's like, airstrike, Israel airstrike, minor things. So please get married, your stress will be reduced. Wouldn't I be able to kill myself? That would be much more easier. No stress at all. I have gained my freedom with very, very high cost. I will never compromise it again, no matter the cost. It's like, remember that Captain America dialogue is like, price of freedom is high, but I'm willing to bet that I'm not the only one who can pay it. It's like, I just see. Will this affect Boeing stock? It did. It did. It already dipped it. So I think now is the very good time to buy Boeing stock. Because if it turns out it was not Boeing's fault, boom, stock will bounce back and you're like, profit. So it's there. Just want to add data. Nah, I mean, just if you want to add data, you have here. I do not get it. I do not get it. Pre-done. Yeah. But I have to say, like, the downfall of American media, it's tragic. And again, the reason why I care about it is like, if they can downfall, what chances do we have? It's like, what things are happening in UK that is scaring me. It's not that, oh, they are my enemies. It's like, yeah, they are. It's just that if they get kaput by something this stupid, what chance do I have? It's like, watching old people just becoming stupid. It's like, will I become stupid when I get old? It's like, eesh, that's a very dangerous thing. So you are like GF. It's very good time to buy Airbus if Boeing fault. That's also true. You can double dip. Double dip. Love guru. Nah ji nah. I am the guru of letting it go. I am the guru of like, just make money, pay for service, and move on with your life. There are far more wives that have poofed their husbands than there are service providers that have poofed their customers. So you are much safer in India, legally, practically, every other way in India compared to somewhere else. So again, why does that matter to you? Why does that matter to you? Assume whatever you want to assume. But I'm an old school man. I pay for services, so That's there. It's a good time to buy a bus if it's Boeing fault. Yeah. So anyway, let's just hope that this thing is done. What was the last time you have? Why does that matter to you? Like again, those sort of question is not something you ask in a channel that is named Science to Technology. That's not a question that you ask here, and it's personal question. It's like, hey, it's my life. My life. You do not need to know. You do not need to know. Your life will not be affected by this knowledge. You do not need to know. It's very cheap and sad that if you ask someone else, it's like you already have an answer in your mind. Just go with that answer, whatever that answer may be. If your answer is like I've already had it, believe that answer and go away, go ahead with your life. If you believe I did not had it, any answer I will say you will contradict it. So go ahead with it. It's like why you are stuck in a loop. So that's the whole point. It's like don't waste your own time and someone else's time. Why game devs are not focusing on optimizing game like they were making so called graphics? See, no. Companies are doing it. Like Doom is still doing a very good job. Indie game developers are genuinely making some awesome thing. It's the corporate game industry that is like, oh, I want my seventh yacht. It's like basically all our world's ill is seventh yacht syndrome. Nothing more than that. Executive battle. Body count in America. Come on, people openly ask about body count in America. Thankfully, I'm not in America. And again, even if I had a body count and all that, I will still not share it because again, if everybody start to poop in the street, would you want me to poop in the street? There are certain things you keep to yourself. Certain things are like, I'm old school in this regard, like certain things you keep to yourself. If somebody else starts to calling you out, it's like, chill, believe whatever you want to believe. Because here's the funny thing, here's the thing, that after 32 years of my ancient experience, I can tell you, it will not change. Meaning, if you believe A and A is false, it will not change. It will not change your opinion, not it will affect me. B, you believe what is false, it will still not affect me. C, D, E, F, G, S, Z does not matter. You can believe whatever you want about me, it does not affect me. So why would I care? One more mention, bro, and one more yacht. Yeah, that's the whole point. I wanted to compare your body count to mine. That's sad. That's genuinely sad. Like, I genuinely hope you find something worthy in life where it's rather than this. It's like, that's just sad. Sad. That's just like, but only in Call of Duty. That's just sad. Anyway, this has been an interesting live stream. 1 hour is up, so I will see you guys in next week. Bye. Ta-da.